Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? Welcome back to another episode of Constructing Lakeside. If you are new to the series, what we are doing in this series is basically recreating Florida or replicating Florida as realistically and accurately as possible into the game of Minecraft. Now, again, what we are building is a real town and it is 100% in existence. You can actually go to this place and look at it in real life. Okay, so that's exactly what this is. This Minecraft town essentially exists in real life. Now, if you missed the previous episode, be sure to go check it out. We built some very beautiful homes on the previous neighborhood that we're still working on it. We should probably be working on it in this episode, but I kind of wanted to do something a little different and start a whole new neighborhood. So in the previous episode, if you guys did see it, I did go down to the neighborhood that was right next door to the one that we were working on, which was Paradise Palms, but we went right next door and we found this other neighborhood. We went on Google Earth Street View actually to get a better look at what exactly this neighborhood holds. And it has some pretty interesting architecture. I really like the design of the buildings and the overall neighborhood. I actually think I like it more than the neighborhood that we kind of already have established. I don't know why. I think this neighborhood that we were working on in this episode is just a lot more cozy. I don't know. It just feels more at home to me. Now, not only are we going to be getting on Google Earth and looking at this place that we are going to be replicating, but of course, you guessed it, we're gonna be hopping in my vehicle, driving over to said location, and doing a stroll around the neighborhood to get a good eye on ground to see exactly what details we can see that Google Earth can't provide us. Now, in this episode, we're gonna be focusing on one specific building, and it's the one that's closest to the neighborhood that we already have built, and you can see it from the street on the outside of the neighborhood. Yes, basically we are going to be focusing on that building in particular in this episode and the parking lot, surrounding areas and stuff like that. Some extra details, you guys know how we do it around here. So lads, without further ado, let's hop in the G-Money wagon and drive over there. I just came up with that name on the spot. Please let's not refer to my car in that way, but we're gonna hop in the vehicle now and we're gonna drive over there and see what we got. So it looks like we have these awnings here that kind of, for parking. So we're gonna have to put these in the parking lot. So this is what I wanna check out, is how are these laid out when you go into these things here. So, okay, not looking too bad. This seems pretty easy. Man, these shaders are hitting, chat. I think we have Bliss shaders on right now. Yeah, so this is it right here. The houses we built in the last episode are literally right there. But yeah, as you guys can see, got quite a lot here to fill in. This one actually has windows on the side. This one that we are building does not have windows on the side, which is a Oh, it's kind of flooded down there. That's nice. So we got like a park here right by the car wash. I, again, never have seen a car wash in a neighborhood. That must be nice. We have like a little park, which doesn't really look that sick, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. But we do have a park here, a little, tiny little park here. Here's the car wash. Literally not even kidding, it says car wash. Like what the? Oh, you gotta pay for it, bro, no. A giant snake just pops out and eats me. An alligator, dude, just comes up. Starts chomping on the ghost money, dude. We got an apartment. That thing is huge. Massive, massive unit there. All right, let's go ahead and get back in the car, head back, and get started, chat. Okay, so after our stroll, I went ahead and headed back home, got to the desk, and immediately got to work. So I think what we need to work on first, obviously, is the base structure of this building. This is a pretty massive building, but the ones next to it are even larger in size. This, I think, is actually the smallest version of these buildings, but we're gonna be starting the base of that now. Now, you guys know how we do it around here on the channel. I feel the need to say it in every video, so I'm gonna go ahead and state it again for you newcomers. So basically, we try to get every single detail down to the T, as detailed as possible, okay? These are going to be very hyper-realistic builds, and to be fair, my thumbnails have actually tricked a few viewers in the past, so that is very interesting, to be honest. I mean, the screenshots most of the time do look pretty realistic. I think it's honestly probably the power of the shaders. If you guys do want the shaders, I will also link those in the description below, as well as the resource pack that we are using for this video. Lads, look what I found on Google Earth. Look at this. Just look at this street. This is one single road. Look at these homes. This is absolutely so extravagant. This would be the most extravagant thing that we would have built on any episode ever. Bellevue and Lakeside combined. Dude, we have to build one of these. We have to build all of these. Dude, what if I drove here? I probably couldn't get in. It's probably gated. It's most definitely gated. If that is not gated, we need to be... That's kind of concerning. But anyway, dude, we have to build one of these. I mean, come on. You guys probably wouldn't be opposed to that. Just look at this one. This one looks like a whole castle, and it has the Mickey face on the driveway. All of these homes here are absolutely, like, I'm speechless. These are just wild. Look at this one. This one has like a courtyard in the middle. This is gonna be insane. This is gonna be wild. We are going to build one of these, folks. We are definitely going. Look at this last one. Bro, what? This is crazy. These houses look wild. We haven't built anything like this yet, so I think we're going to. Just look at the backyards, man. These things look... I don't even know what to say. I keep saying insane, dude, but you have to take a shot every time I say the word insane. Probably drunk by now. Yeah, those look wild. We're definitely going to do those. So now we're going to be shifting focus from the back of the complex to the front of the complex. Basically, what we're doing is just getting the entirety of the structure kind of constructed right now, and then we're going to focus on the details on the building. So gutter systems, trims, etc. And there's like these weird green diamond shapes that are on these pillars. We're even going to add those in. Okay, folks, we're even going to add those in. We're getting everything possible with this building, okay? Everything, literally everything, to the minor detail, even the minor blade of grass, okay? And then after we do that, we're going to focus on the ground details. So the parking lot handrails, HVAC, etc. Now, the back of this unit is pretty much already done. The only thing that we really have to do is go through and apply some ground details, things like bushes, grass, etc., maybe some dry patches and stuff in there. And we have a few like very small things to add to the actual building itself on the back here. We have some type of ventilation thing and I think some lights, and that's really about all. So far though, this unit is pretty spot on in terms of accuracy. I think we got everything that we need so far in terms of the structure. We do need to add some things to the roof. Obviously we have the sides to do as well as the front, so we still have a lot to do, but so far it's looking pretty good. So we have this batch of trees and bushes right here, kind of by the main road in the back of the building. And as we go further down, the vegetation gets very, very intense. We basically have like a small forest right next to the neighborhood here, which we are ultimately going to have to add in at some point in time. It's gonna suck, but it's also gonna take a very long time to do. But I think it's gonna look very nice once we get this forest in. I think it's gonna look pretty cool. To be honest, I'm not really complaining. It does take up a lot of space. Okay, so I'm not gonna have to build anything here. It's just completely, solely dedicated to the nature. Now, a little bit past the forest, because I don't think we've really looked past these two neighborhoods that we're working on right now, but past the forest, going a little bit further down, we start getting into some more, I guess, like rural area, right? We have these two massive neighborhoods, which look, I'm actually really excited to build these ones here. This just looks insane. This neighborhood right here looks breathtaking. I love the way it's set up. It just looks awesome. And then right next to this, we have like this storage facility, which I guess is just, well, yeah, it's storage to say the least. And then we have a restaurant here. Okay, we have Culver's. If you guys haven't had Culver's, go try it out. It's amazing. It's great. It's actually fantastic. They're not sponsoring me, but they should. So these buildings here are actually kind of similarly designed to what we're building currently, just a little bit of a different color. Also, what is this lad doing? So this is a bank, which is going to be nice. We definitely need a bank for Lakeside. No one has anywhere to store their cash. And we have, this is still part of the neighborhood that I really want to build. Just look at this. This would be by far one of the most stunning neighborhoods that we have on Lakeside, besides the mansions, okay, not counting the little, you know, mansion area that we're gonna add. Further down here, we have a gas station. And then right next to this, we have two more restaurants. There's a Taco Bell here. There is a Taco Bell here, okay? I'm not kidding. I will drive there tomorrow to show you. There is a Taco Bell here. It's just not here on Street View, but I swear to you it exists. So these are the two neighborhoods that we are working on here, and this is kind of where we were just looking by. So we're kind of getting close to this area, kind of, a little bit. And then we kind of get a little swampy. We have a lot of lakes here, tons of lily pads in these lakes. This neighborhood right here, I think is gonna be really fun to build. It's regular housing, so it's not kind of like, you know, what we've been doing here for Lakeside. So it's regular housing, regular neighborhood, but surrounded by a lot of lakes. And I just think it's gonna look cool. I think the lakes are gonna look very cool in the backyards of these homes. Also, this house does not look like a Florida house. Like, just look at this lake here. It's literally called Grass Lake. I wonder why. It's literally filled with lily pads. Okay, let's see what else we have over here in the area. I don't know what this is. Kind of looks like a church in a sense, but it's probably not. And wow, this is gonna be my nightmare. This is gonna be an absolute nightmare. Oh my gosh. We're not gonna do a circle, bro. There's no chance we build a circled neighborhood. All of those houses would suck to build. I don't know. We might have to pass on that. We might have to do a little bit of a revamp on that. So here is kind of an overview of the area so far. We have Paradise Palms there, which is the neighborhood that we are, well, basically is already constructed. We still have kind of a lot to do in that neighborhood, I'm not gonna lie. We have the neighborhood that we just started right next to that, and then we have the Taco Bell area kind of, you know, over there that we were just looking at. And then we have the, obviously, the Nightmare with the circle houses and kind of the swampy neighborhood right over there. So this is kind of an overview of the whole area and what we plan to work with, which is gonna take quite a lot of time. All right, well, looks like it's time to actually build the parking lot now. So this parking lot, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of at a weird shape. It is definitely kind of odd. This whole neighborhood, honestly, is very odd. It's very twisty, and I'm not looking forward to it, but I rest assured it will look nice when it's done. We're gonna have to do some diagonal buildings, but I figured out how to actually do diagonal buildings, which we will be saving for episode 4 of Lakeside, because we might extend onto this neighborhood and then maybe the one next door. Who knows? We'll see what we do. I actually did have to go here in person to get references, because if I didn't go here, I would have no idea how the front of this building was actually set up. So I had to refer to a lot of the footage that we did record earlier in order to accurately build this in the game. For example, I would have no idea that there was this trash can here, let alone these guardrails, and I also would have no idea that there was this electrical box here. So this is why we go in person, lads. This is why we pull up to these locations in person, because we are replicating these into the game. So without the in-person footage, we wouldn't have an accurate build, and that's kind of the whole point of the series. And of course, we put the trash cans in. Well, I would go as far as to saying that this was a success. We perfectly replicated this and accurately replicated this, and we're off to a good start for this neighborhood. We added the guardrails, we added some civilians down, you know, some residents, and we also have pretty much a full parking lot here. We have all of the details that you can possibly think of that are in the actual build on Minecraft. So we did it all, chat. We did it all. One of the civilians that I did put down is actually myself, because I think in every location that I physically go to in person to get references for, I'm going to put a character down with my head on it. So that way it kind of just indicates like, oh, we've actually been to this location in person.